G'day.
G'day.
How the devil are you?
How is our spiky haired friend down there?
Okay, thank you. Possibly what RLM 76 is.
RLM 76 is a paint.
It's going to be a German colour.
It's going to be a German paint. I know. Thank you for that.
RLM 76. It's a bluey grey. I've got one in a pen format.
Bluey grey. Okay.
Yeah, I will show you, sir. That.
He's got the pen. He's got the same set.
In there, RLM 76.
Thank you.
There we go. Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
We had a good live last night, didn't we, Gary?
We did. Thank you very much. We had a good time. Good time.
Yes, I heard.
I was telling Gary about your mystery box.
Nick is properly bonkers, mate. He's properly off his head at times. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Good.
Mystery box being an IOU.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Nice idea, though. Nice idea.
Yeah, clever idea. He's a very clever man.
Yes, he is. Talking of very clever men, where is he?
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably lay on his bed going, Trump.
He's learning
Barbie
tariffs.
Oh no, he's good. Don't start him off.
No, we're not starting him off.
Bless him.
Right. So
I didn't see what percentage that the great orange one had decided to put on Australia. So
same as us.
Oh, same as 10%.
Yeah. But those penguins got hit hard.
Yeah. Yeah, they did, didn't they? I mean, what on earth is the volume? What does the Falkland Islands export to the United States to be that highly tariffed? And what volume?
Rumour has it there's quite a bit of oil under there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Falkland Islands don't export it. No. Shell or BP or whoever.
They export wool and things, don't they?
Yeah.
Falklands.
Penguin biscuits.
So there really is not very much. I don't think penguin beer.
Penguin burgers.
Yeah.
No penguins were harmed in the making of this live stream.
Ew.
So Model T then. I've had to do some major surgery on mine this morning.
Did you?
I had to take a...
Oh my goodness.
To it. Because when I tried to get the engine cover and the cab on, this is a loose fit at the moment, wouldn't fit.
Oh, right.
Which I think goes back to the problem I was having last week where the engine block is a little bit too far to the rear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've shaved a bit off the engine block, which doesn't really matter because I'm having the engine covers closed on it anyway. And now it fits. So
excellent.
Broke out the Dremel.
Mine is a rather fetching yellow colour. The minute. Oops, if I can hold the roof on. There you go.
Yes, mine. Hopefully, mine will be because what I'm going to do is not that. I'm doing the whole thing.
Ooh.
The AK buff pen, and then I'm going to weather it.
Buff. The buff pen.
The buff pen, don't you know?
Pen. It's really buff. It's got ripped abs and everything.
Yeah.
Like a buff pen.
You're getting rather fond of those pens, aren't you, Gary?
Kick sand in the face of. I do like those pens. No good for a big model, of course, apart from what they're designed for, which is basically touching it up and little bits like that. But I do think for a small kit like this, they work for me.
That camera's just a cute angle.
Yes, very cute. That's looking nice.
So there we are.
That's looking very nice.
Yeah.
It's a French one.
Ooh.
Oh
la la.
Look at that.
Ambulance one. So yeah. So just a few little bits and pieces to do on that, and that'll be done. I can start throwing mud at it.
He's got to put the lumps and the bumps on.
Yes, lumps and bumps. But yeah,
nice work.
Very happy with it so far. Been a nice build. A very nice build.
Excellent.
And I have the engine cover open as well.
Yes. Yes.
The Australian one has recovered from his seizure.
Nightmares.
Yeah.
G'day, John.
G'day, John.
Hello. Nice seizure.
We thought you were late because you were having a seizure on the bed going Trump, Trump, tariffs, Trump, tariffs.
God, is there a camera in there?
Don't start him off.
Yeah, so no, my darling wife and I were watching the opening monologue for the Stephen Colbert show.
Oh, right.
Talking about that, you know, and he's a funny guy, Stephen Colbert. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Good day.
Oh, I'm good. Sorry, I'm late. Yeah, but literally, just finished dinner and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a lovely bit of steak.
So, whilst you three get on with your modelling, Modders wants me to open. Oh,
nice.
Go on, John.
Yes.
Flogger.
You want to show it off?
Why not?
Go on then.
All right, let me change the camera then.
Let's make John grow.
Right. This one. All right. So this is the Trumpeter 48 scale thing. So that's all. It's all ready for a bit of paint there. I've just spent quite a bit of time. There's a big gap along the top of the fin, but it's got photo etch everywhere. As you can see, there's little sort of spots everywhere and all that sort of stuff. This resin main wheel wells, resin engine, all that stuff. Winging. So that's ready for primer, and then
that just looks fast, doesn't it? The shape of it.
Change color. But it looks fast sitting still, doesn't it? It's like very pointy.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Well, as Russian things go, but yeah. But that's it. I need to grab where do I put my Model T?
Oh, unusually, John's lost something.
There it is. Okay.
Well, as long as he doesn't put it on backwards.
Oh wow! Oh, I thought it was a diorama base.
Sorry.
I have lots of desert yellow stuff, so this is going to be assembly day for all this.
Nice.
And God, I was about to sing then. Caught myself just in time.
Don't be doing that.
I can almost feel the presence of Modder's finger over the button to.
Yeah, it's twitching.
I can see her shaking her fists
through your chair.
Yeah,
I can see her in the background shaking her fists at you and everything. I'm not even joking. Oh, now she's punching her own hand. I think that she's going to hit you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So anyway, as I say.
Anyway, Mikey.
Yeah.
You've got something to do.
Yeah. Modders wants me to open a parcel.
Figure 8, Mikey.
So,
right, let me change camera.
Do you
That's a beautiful F-35 there.
Ooh.
It's finished.
It is.
Oh, it's finished.
Finished.
There we go.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, you had a question for John on the canopy, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, actually. I noticed forward hinged canopy, right?
Yes.
So you're steaming along at sort of 500-600 knots and something goes horribly wrong, something that's going to really ruin your day. I'm guessing explosive bolts do they pop the whole thing off? They pop the front off and it then hinges backwards in the airflow? Because you ain't getting it open forwards if you need to. Or do you just go straight through the
All right.
plexus?
Can you hold your canopy very close to the screen? Oh, you probably can't see it. All right, I'll find a picture and I'll explain how it works. This won't take long, I promise. But it is quite interesting.
I just wondered how it works, really, that's all.
Okay, here we go. So this is, there we are. All right, so this is just from internet-y picture. I'll change camera again of just a F-35 canopy. All right. Now, there we go. Can you? Is that? There we go.
Yeah.
So zoom in a bit. What it has, det cord.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in this, they call it FLISC, FLSC, focal linear shaped charge is what it stands for.
Oh, okay.
Actually, det cord. So you've got one that goes from the canopy bow across the top of the center, and the other bit goes all the way around. So just behind the canopy bow along there, and then up over the back.
Yeah.
But what there is. So and with that, you've got a little panel there. That's just plastic perspex, if you like, stuck over the FLISC at that point. So what happens is this will all go pop, it's not a detonation; it's a deflagration.
Okay.
Because if it was a detonation, which is supersonic, you could blow the pilot's head apart and everything else. So it's a rapid burn, which is a deflagration, a subsonic explosion. Explosion is supersonic. Anyway, so that goes boosh through the canopy, which sort of breaks apart. The airflow, because it lifts up at the front with the airflow, the two halves break apart like that. And the last point to break is that plastic card there. So that acts as a hinge point to make sure it blows off. It sort of peels away from the front, backwards and upwards.
Yeah.
So the canopy stays in place.
There we go.
And if you're doing a 0-0, presumably the top of the seat pushes everything out of the way. Yeah.
So. Yeah. Okay. You got that box there is something different. You've got two little probes, as steel sort of probes, and they push away the canopy as it's going through it.
Brilliant. Thank you, John. Every day is a school day.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
So birthday boy.
Yeah. Well, it's my birthday tomorrow. It's my niece's birthday today. She's 26.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. So, does the chat want me to open the present off modders now, or do you want me to do the chat first?
No.
I just want to tease modders.
She'll disconnect you. No one will see.
Right,
do it. Just do it.
Do it.
Jim says open it. Okay. So, do you want the camera on top camera, I assume?
Depends how big the package is.
It's 18 inches by 12 inches. So it's quite big. Yeah.
You may have to zoom out.
Probably better just on me, to be honest, because you're not going to see anything. That is zoomed out.
All right. No.
Because
go for it.
That is how big the box is.
Okay.
We need a response.
So she's addressed it to the bearded one.
And so, we've got a roll on the drums.
I can't open the bloody thing yet. I haven't even cut it open. And she's taped it rather well. Apparently there's a letter in here as well, but I've got to read first.
You've got to read the letter first.
And today's letter is C.
Yeah, today's three veterans brought to you by the number 7 and the letter C.
Oh, it's all very nicely wrapped.
Is it in Buzz Lightyear paper?
Right, let's get rid of that. Right, let's have a look.
God. Now he's going to wonder how the hell he's going to be able to show a dildo on YouTube.
So after the first paragraph, she's said, "Open your gift here." Okay. So I shall. It should be small enough now to fit on the camera, I think. There we go. Right, raise it up a little bit. That should be fine.
I know what it is.
Okay. I'm not looking to the side. No.
Oh my God.
Excellent.
Just what he's always wanted.
Yeah. Kay said it's empty. Thank you so much, modders.
That's exactly what he wanted, as she well knows. Like, you know, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely thing to do.
Oh, there's so many parts in it.
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 sprues.
16 mini art sprues. Just clarify that they are mini art sprues.
Yep.
And big, thick instruction manual as well.
Look at the artwork in that.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Lion's teeth.
So go to
That's
the
beautiful.
inside back cover.
Ooh.
So you cut all those out and you stick them around. You choose what billboards you want.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh,
I made up with that. Thank you.
Well done, Tiff.
I can feel a buddy build coming on.
Does that mean we're going to have to rehire you for Tuesdays, John?
Gary's looking at it. He's shaking his head.
John, we could always do it on a Tuesday if Ron will let you go.
Yeah, we'll see. Or maybe you could just build it whenever you want. There's no pressure. Because you prefer, I think you'd like to do the World War I version, I believe. Like the...
I would, but looking at how beautiful all that artwork is, I think I'd do the civilian one.
Yeah. Well,
because that looks beautiful.
Why not do both?
Who did the both versions in one?
I can't remember.
Someone did it, didn't they? And it was going. One half of it was.
Oh.
What the back half was like civilian, and the front half was. I'm sure somebody did.
Oh, okay, that sounds great. No,
in a diorama.
Wow.
Sorry, just reading this letter before we do it out loud. You guys get a mention in the letter.
Oh my gosh. Oh, no, stop it, Gary. Stop it. Go away. Get rid of that.
Okay.
Get rid of that.
Right. It says, "Dear Mikey, just want to say, I'm not putting it on camera because she's put her address at the top. Just want to say a massive happy birthday for tomorrow. We hope you have an amazing day. Open your gift here. Myself and Sonic know that you have been wanting this particular kit for some time now. When we saw your face fall when John showed his copy, we knew that what we wanted to buy. It is a token of our appreciation for all the support you have extended to us over the last few years, and it has meant the world to us, and it's an honour to call you a friend. It was also a pleasure to finally meet yourself and Kay, and you two Garys, the two Garys, at Telford last year. And we cannot wait until the next one, which we hope will be filled with just as much laughter. Your friendship has introduced us to some amazing people and an equally amazing community on a platform where toxicity is commonplace. It has also introduced me to the hobby of scale modelling, which I thoroughly enjoy. Thank you for allowing me to be part of the team and us a part of the family. Here's to many years of friendship. Best wishes from modders Sonic and Willow. P.S. Willow left her own special touch on the box. See the chew marks. What a lovely letter.
There you go.
What a lovely letter.
Thank you, modder. I'm Sonic. And now I can have my coffee.
And Willow.
Quite touched by that. Thank you very much, modders. And Sonic,
Nice.
obviously.
Yes, and before we know it, we'll be back at Telford again.
Yes. Doing the great modmin hunts again.
Yeah.
Hunt for the greater spotted modmin.
And the lesser
And the
spotted
coiled
Evans.
spring that is Gary Evans.
Yeah, the coiled spring.
Depends on what time of day you get me, man.
No, this year it's the greater spiked Evans by the look of it.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we go through the chat? I'll see you guys crack on.
Sure.
Dieter says, good morning, all. Good evening, some. Have a great Friday and ready to enjoy a good show.
Morning, Dieter.
Julian says, I knew it was too good to last. Laugh aloud. I agree. Ooh, I think I've got a delay again. Which is strange. Julian says, like an habanero, I'll say that should avoid the whinging sods.
I think that might be like
Matthew says, morning, all.
Morning, Matthew.
Yeah. Phil says, don't forget to hit the like button. No likey, no Mikey. Good point. Duke says, good day, all you beautiful people. Hello, Duke.
Good day, Duke.
Hey,
How
Duke.
the devil are you, sir?
Tasha says, good morning, everyone. Hope you have a great day. Or great Friday.
Tash.
Hello. Julian says, morning, Matthew and Phil. And good day, Duke. Morning, Tasha. Tasha says, hi, Julian. Julian says, PMSL at the intro, fab work, Mikey. Thank you. And Julian says, good morning, Mikey and both Garys.
Good
Because
morning.
John was late and doesn't count.
Oh, you're not wrong.
He says, hello. Yeah, that IOU last night was hilarious. After all that guessing, it was an empty box. Mark says, good morning, Mikey, Gary, and Gary. See, told you you don't count, John. That's what happens when you're late. She says, reference Nick's mystery box. Parcel Force are extracting the urine, though. $3.99 to deliver an empty box. Even if they price by weight, it must have been bloody light.
Yeah. It was full. It wasn't an empty box. It was just full of bubble wrap.
See, that's what give it the extra weight.
Yeah.
Julie says, morning, Ian and Mark. Jim says, good morning, Modmin. Jim, good morning. Good morning to our gracious hosts.
Morning, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Morning. Tiff, morning, Jim. Mark, it says, Julian, good morning from sunny Norfolk. Hello, Mark.
Mark.
Julian, Buff pens brings a whole new meaning to up the buffs, but then this isn't last night's live stream, so I shall behave. Ish.
Very cool.
Julian says, "Good evening, John."
You're encouraging that sort of behaviour on my live streams, aren't you? You're encouraging it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all part of fun. Moggy, do you want to read the chat?
Yeah, could
I've got a lag, haven't I?
All right. Jim says, and last but certainly not least, a big hello to all the usual suspects in chat. Julian says, morning, Jim, Striped Skunk. Mark Ritchie says, good morning, Tiff. Julian says, morning, Tiff. Tiff says, morning, Mark. Tiff says, morning, everyone else. Jim says, at John Marley, Stephen Colbert is a very funny comedian.
Certainly is.
Ian Ellison says, happy birthday with a picture of a cake. Jim says, hello, Julian. Jim says, get on with it. And Mikey says, building up the suspense and frustration for modders, lol. God, we are behind. Jim says, open it. And Julian says, open that fucking present and breathe. Jim says, happy birthday in advance, Mikey. You don't look a day over 45. Phil says,
well, thanks very much, Jim.
Phil says, Airfix released the Jaguar for my birthday.
Oh, very good.
Julian says, agreed, Jim. He's not looking a day over 54. Oh, 45.
I'm not even in my 40s yet.
Julian says, wow, that's a fab gift, Tiff. Sonic says, hi, boys. Morning, Sonic.
Hi, Sonic.
That's what Julian says. Phil says, happy birthday. Joe's in and he says, good morning, all. Model tea and coffee time.
Hey, Joe.
And he says, happy birthday, Mikey. Jim
Thank
says,
you,
is the 1919 omnibus the Treaty of Versailles version?
Yes, it will be 1919 one, isn't it? It must be. Because of... Yeah.
Sonic says, happy birthday, Mikey, bro.
Thank you, buddy. I'm made up with that.
And Jim says, at Julian, ha ha ha, very good, Julian. Julian says, Mr. Morris seems a little less than enthusiastic about the suggestion of a Mini Art 19.9 omnibus as a buddy build. Or is that any Mini Art kit, lol? I have built a Mini Art kit. I've built their P47, which is in the cabinet behind me, minus a prop, which has fallen off, which I've got to repair. Yeah, it's Mini Art, isn't it? So, you know, when you can have one part, why not have 1,000?
Right, if you look at those colour schemes,
yeah,
what TV show do they have a connection to from the 90s?
I don't know.
I take it you don't want me to say on the buses.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
That wasn't in the 90s, though.
I don't know.
TV show. Cricklewood. Is it something to do with Cricklewood?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Was it Birds of a Feather? Weren't they in Cricklewood?
No.
No, they were in Essex.
Cricklewood.
Think.
Was it Power to the People? Foxy, Wolfie. Was he?
No, that was Tooting Broadway.
That was Tooting Broadway. Okay.
Think more 1940s.
Oh, is that thing where Nicholas Lyndhurst keeps going back
into?
Yeah.
Where he went back in time.
Good night, sweetheart. That's where he lives, in Cricklewood.
Good night, sweetheart. Right. Yes. Yeah, going back to what Julian says, yeah, it's more of the fact it's a mini art kit, although that shouldn't stop me from doing mini art kits. Also,
they're expensive.
Not my thing. I've just had a look on Kingkit, and they do have one.
Yeah, they are quite expensive though, aren't they?
It would take quite a long time.
Yeah,
to build.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the engine alone. There's lots of parts there.
Yeah.
I think it's probably, with my sausage fingers and mobility issues, etc., it might be a struggle for me to build that. I don't know. It might not be, but anyway. Next. Morning, Joe, says Julian. Jim says, very well said, Tiffany. Clap, clap. Julian says, lovely sentiments, Tiff and Sonic. Well said. Tiff said, she will be easily spotted because her hair will still be bright red.
Oh, it still took us a while to spot you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you were diving in and out of traders' stands. Ian says,
you're
awesome,
talking to one that's old and someone that's red-green colour-blind.
And the other one that was blind as a bat.
Yeah.
Sonic says, better buy some camo gear, Tiff, lol. Whatever floats your boat, Sonic. Julian says, correct, Gary. It was lube and subscribe in Dutch.
Oh,
there you go.
You did get it. Very good.
Carl Scale Modelling says, good morning, one and all. Morning, Carl.
Hi, Carl.
Morning, Carl.
Duke says, I received my goodies from Metro Hobbies today.
Wonderful.
Ooh.
Paul Price is in. Evening all.
Hello, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
And Paul Price says, what did you order, Duke? Tiff says, I have my grey and white camo pants, Sonic.
Mark safe.
Sonic says, FB Tiff. I probably should know what that means, but I don't.
Facebook.
Facebook.
No, right.
In other words, he sent her a Facebook message.
Okay. Carl Scale Modelling says, I'm guessing it's your birthday, so happy birthday, Mikey. I believe it is very soon.
Yes, it's tomorrow. But thank you.
Jim says, Gary Morris, you built the mini art P47. That's a lot of airplane to build. Good for you, sir. It was a really enjoyable build. It was the basic one. It wasn't the advanced one. But I did enjoy it, and it did go together really, really well. Sonic says, wear a hat, Tiff. Shh. The only bit I didn't enjoy on the P47 was putting the checkerboard decals around the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Jim says, hey, Paul Price, Duke. Julian says, it could be worse. It could be me doing a mini art kit. The sound of pinging and lots of profanity would ensue. Lol.
I'm sure that'll happen anyway, mate.
Paul, I've done that one. Duke said it was an auction box from the 48 and 48. Yes. Jim says, Duke, is that parcel the SMS pack you outbid me for? Oh dear. Paul
Nothing
says,
like hurt feelings, is it? Thank you, Paul.
Duke, let me know which one it was. I'll pass that on to James. He's trying to understand what is finalised and what hasn't been.
I'll just go and get the post because it sounded quite heavy.
Oh my God, not another birthday present. God, blimey.
So, John, you might not be aware of, I don't know if they told you, but Mystery Box Nick sent his conundrum last night, and it was this box, right? Big box, wraps up everything, opened it up, and it's empty because on the other side, it's a pre-order confirmation from Airfix for the stalwart. So he's ordered me one of these and sent me and a massive box, and it cost him almost £4 to send me the box.
Even though it weighs a couple of grams.
Yeah.
I guess it's based on size. Okay.
There's a minimum. Yeah, it's a minimum charge for a certain size. It's a small parcel that would be classed as. So it's a standard fee. But yeah, so he had loads of clues about it and all this sort of stuff. And at the end of it, opened up the box, and it was full of bubble wrap, to be fair, and a photograph of a stalwart. So that's good. That's a good one.
Julian says, thanks for your confidence in me, Mikey. Collapsed laughing.
Confident in everyone. You all have your own unique abilities.
Paul Price, Sunday's live chat starts 5 p.m. Aussie time. Paul says, 7 p.m. New South Wales time, Jim. You'll be sent the link.
So occasionally you see really nice photos of F-35s, and that's one of them. Isn't that a nice shot?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm looking at different canopy images, see if there was a clearer one. No, the one that came up first is probably the best of them, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they came blasting over here last night on their way to Wales.
We declared war on Wales.
I think it was F-35s, although there are Romanian and Turkish F-16s at Fairford at the moment.
Oh.
No, we kind of declared war on Wales. We haven't had any terrorists put on us yet.
Don't mention them.
Don't get me started. They put a tariff on their own base in Diego Garcia. Biot, British Indian Ocean Territory, has got I can't remember. I could look up how much it is or whatever, but basically, their base in the middle of the Indian Ocean is on a British protectorate, and they've included themselves on the thing. So
not anymore. It's not. Not for long.
Well, I don't know.
Starmer's selling off, isn't he?
Yeah, but we're keeping the base.
Yeah, let's keep away from politics.
We don't do politics on here.
No, he's decided to sell it because I think Trump has asked him not to. But then again, why would you do something that he's going to fuck you over anyway?
But anyway.
Okay, that's it. Moving on.
Thank you, John. Jim says, thanks, Paul. No, sorry, go on.
I was going to just read that, that's all.
That's right, go for it.
I am going to move to the spray booth. I just want to paint the I don't need to do it yet, but I want to paint. No, what? Yeah. I want to paint the khaki on the canvas cover. So I'll just go and do that.
Paul says, so I can feed Mum first, get Mum fed first. Fair enough. Paul Price says, as of the 8th of April, Outlaw Paints has a new owner. Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Julian says, don't mention the what tariffs. Ian says, breaking news, Paul. Hi, by the way. Duke says, a small cutting mat, cutters, scalpel and sanding twigs. No, Jim, I got the SMS one the other day. Do you want to buy some SMS paints, Jim?
Yeah.
Paul says, evening, Ian. Julian says,
If this is too loud, just mute my mic again.
Can't hear you, mate. Can't hear you.
Okay.
Duke says,
You're too loud.
Sorry, Julian says, laugh my arse off, Duke. DJ Sonic says, how about current affairs then instead of politics? No, this is a modelling channel, hobbies channel. Phil says, squirrels everywhere.
Yeah, it's creative channel.
Jim says, Duke Wellington, no, mate, I've got some
squirrels.
and outlaw paints too. So who's
we have
taking
squirrel
over-
stickers in the merch store.
Yeah. Who's taking over outlaw paints then?
Don't know.
I'm going to say it's Northwing Industries acquisition. But he's a silent partner. That's the duty rumour for today.
Duty rumour is Evans has branched out.
Yeah. He's not even refuting it.
No, see?
It must be true. Oh, that is noisy.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Not now that I've muted it.
Oh, pardon me.
Sorry. Just had a delivery.
Had a delivery.
It's all right.
Had a delivery.
You didn't hear our latest duty rumour then?
What was that?
That Northwing Enterprises.
That Northwing Industries has decided to become a silent. Yeah.
Really? Do you
They've become a
honestly
silent
think,
partner.
do you honestly think I would be involved in trade? Really? Good sakes, man.
He operates at a much higher level.
Funnily enough.
Something as tawdry as that. Ooh, ooh. I've got a nice thing. I have a nice thing sent to me.
Everybody's getting nice things today.
Except from Gary. Oh.
I've always got nice things.
You're getting a fence.
There's always nice things. Yes, I'm getting a new fence today. Well, the kit is being delivered today. We've got to assemble it tomorrow.
Oh, but out of water. What did you get, Gary?
I got the resin set for the cockpit, ejection seats, etc., for the Revell Tornado in 1/32.
Yeah, nice.
So
Did you see John's head spin at the speed of light when you heard resin set?
It was like The Exorcist, wasn't it?
Just think, Gary, when you've got your 3D printer, you'll be able to print them.
Yeah, I know. But it's lovely.
Yeah, it is.
That's nice. This is from my
It's
Italian.
It's like something out of The Exorcist.
Yeah. It's very nice. A very kind viewer has sent me that.
That was kind
Nice.
So
Sonic
thank you,
says,
Mike.
quick, close your eyes, everyone. Okay. Paul Price says, a couple from Townsville, Queensland, I think. All right. So now, hang on a minute. Marley has connections to Townsville.
He does. It's Marley's revenge.
Jim says, Paul Price, I will definitely be in attendance for Sunday's live chat. You can tell me all about the sale of outlaw paints. Sonic says, with that weird noise now and again, sounds like it's being broadcast from an abandoned tube station. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? Paul Price says, I can only go by what Jason posted in an email this week. Fair enough. Jim says, Gary, where is Benji? His absence is obvious to me. Benji has been out for his walk, and I believe he's been out in the back garden, but Marion is upstairs doing all the tablet pots for us knackered old 60-year-olds. I expect he will be up very shortly, still on the bed, saying
that might be 61-year-olds.
Well, Marion's older than me, so I wasn't.
Well, you're 61.
Yes. So we're both in our 60s.
You said 60-year-olds.
Yeah, but she's not just doing my tablet, she's doing hers as well.
Ah. But Marion's in her 30s.
Oh, you'll go far.
She's not 60.
Yeah, she heard that. She says, I do like him. Oh, Benji has just arrived on the landing, so stand by for action. Julian says, Outlaw Paint says it was set up by Braden Sheedy and then taken over by me, but doesn't say who me is. That's Jason, I believe.
That would explain it, if he's the current owner and he wrote the website.
Yeah. Julian says, I assume then that Jason is me. Yeah, that's what I would say. Sonic says, Mikey, you crawler.
So did
Not
I
crawling.
mute me, or did you?
I think Marion's lovely.
I think Mikey muted you because to him your spray booth was noisy. Nobody else could hear it.
Okay. Yeah, Braden was the original owner of Outlaw Paints. Jason bought it off him. Braden moved up from, I think, Brisbane to Gladstone to help Jason with the business and everything else.
Right.
But I hear on very good authority that Braden was getting very frustrated with Jason because he wasn't actually taking any interest in how to mix a paint or anything at all. So Braden pretty much just like, yeah, I'm done with you. But then there were other concerns that came up. I believe it was a health issue, but I won't go into that because it's medical. But yeah, good luck to whoever owns it. I'll not use Outlaw Paints myself.
Fair enough. Right. Paul says, that's right, Julian. Jason expanded the range to military and his health has become more important. There you go. That backs up what John's just said. Jim says, glad Jason is out from Outlaw Paints. Now he can concentrate on his health. Yeah, because running a business is like having a small baby, isn't it? It's a 24/7 job. Julian says, fair enough, Paul. Entirely understandable. We must have caught up. And Benji still hasn't barked. He's actually led on the landing. But he is here. He is well, Jim. I think he might have outbarked himself this morning at the bin men because the bin men have just been round. So I think I'm going to commit to glue on this cab. Not about them. Oh, I was going to sing then. Oh, blimey.
That's a close shave then.
Yeah. My wife's agreed to take me to Hobbycraft next week.
That's because she knows that if she does that, then you spend more time on her, which means she gets more peace.
I'm not I don't know about that.
That's good.
Kay's just had a haircut, so she's holding up a pile of hair now saying, does anyone want any hair?
It's red.
Go put it in the bin, darling.
Sonic says Benji hasn't barked yet. Oh, hey, Benji. Benj. People are asking. Marion says, don't encourage him, Sonic. People are worried about you, mate.
Yes. Ooh, I also didn't put enough chipping solution on this bit. Ian says, no thank you, Kaylee. Jim says, Kaylee should sell the haircut to a wig shop. Could get a few quid for that.
Julian says, hey, has Marion agreed just to take you to Hobbycraft, but not actually agreed to you buying anything there, Gary? Well, no, because it was my birthday, I get a £5 birthday gift voucher from Hobbycraft.
So you're allowed to buy something for £5 then?
That's what Marion just said. You're seriously telling me you're only going to spend £5? Don't blame me, Marion. Blame Mikey. He keeps coming up with these ideas.
Hang on a minute. You're older than me. You're the responsible adult, not me.
I have never, and
you're big enough and daft.
Ever been known as responsible. I take that as a personal.
You were a sergeant. And
oh yeah, I was. Wasn't I? Yeah, but I wasn't a responsible sergeant. Yeah,
you were responsible for a load of young scroats.
I was for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. Oh dear. Paul Price says, for anybody interested, Oscale Modelling's memorial service will be online on April the 11th, 11 or 11:30 Thailand time. Okay.
Okay.
We'll make a point of one. Will that be UK? I'll find out. Jim says, thanks, Paul. Definitely want to be there for that. Yeah. Paul says, thanks, Jim. I'm actually getting to the point where I'm getting quite excited about doing the base for this.
Yeah, me too.
All right,
how well
he said, are you going to finish it? Cool, Gary. Hope they still have the 3 for 2 offer on Airfix and Humbrol, Gary. The £5 could go further. Well, I do need to buy a starter kit.
You do?
I want to get a starter kit of a Tiger tank, if I can.
That reminds me, we need to tell people about
that. Yeah. Ian says £5 gift voucher. Is this the 1990s? I know, but it is from a company, so
yeah. Ooh, I should get mine tomorrow.
Sonic says, or is Marion threatening to leave you there, Gary? Brackets, you hope so anyway. Also, hi, Marion. That would be roughly. She says, she'll leave me there, but I'm not allowed to take my credit card. That's about roughly 5:30 UK time. Oscar Modelers from Memorial Service. Were you going to make an announcement, Mikey?
There you go. Yeah. Okay, so most of you on there are members anyway. We've decided that we're going to do, for the Corporals Club, we're going to do members only, Corporals only competition. We can open it to everyone. I don't know. But it's going to be announced during the next, or it's going to start at the next Corporal's live stream, which will be this month. And it's going to be a competition. There's going to be 3 categories. One is going to be near the Space Huntress Awards. So that's little Nia, Dieter's daughter, who's too young to take part in Discord and things like that. So what we've done is we've said that she can have her own little category to judge, and she can give first, second, and third place stickers out for it. And I've designed the stickers, and they're actually really nice stickers.
Stickers?
Yeah, they're really nice cutting mat stickers. And then we've also got a beginner's category and an experienced category. So the beginner's category, you have to build an Airfix starter kit. You can do it however you want. You don't have to stick to the box. You can do any colours or any designs on it or whatever you want, but it's just the kit. The more experienced one, you have to do the kit in a diorama. Okay. The judges are going to be the JMC podcast, Malcolm Childs and James Skiffins. They've agreed to be the judges. So they're going to judge it, and whoever wins those 2 categories are going to get a prize from the channel. There we go. So if you want to join in, you have to make sure to become a corporal, because it'll start at the next live stream, next members only live stream, and then the winner will be announced on the following one, which will be May. So you have about 3 weeks, 4 weeks ish to get your entries in after it starts. Should be plenty of time.
Changing topic just for a sec. My daughter Leah bought a new bumper sticker for the car.
Yes.
Bumpy sticky.
Bumpy sticky.
Bumpy sticky.
That's all it is. A bumpy sticky. And then she also bought this one, which I think is quite lovely too.
Freak in the sheets.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
As in Excel spreadsheets.
As in Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the euphemism.
Yeah. There's a euphemism? What?
I just think it's funny that you think your daughter having that.
John's just going off to make a phone call to Leah.
The penny's just dropped.
Does Leah live at home, or is Leah up in Townsville or in Sydney? Which one's Leah?
Leah's in Townsville, isn't she? Doing a marine biology course.
Is it Leah that's doing the marine biology course? I don't know.
Yeah,
John's
I think Jenna's the one that's in.
Could be.
I'm not sure if he has actually only just realised. Oh, I can see his shadows moving.
I can see shadows, so he is there.
He's just having a breakdown of what he's just said. He thinks is actually quite nice. Yeah, and what he's just said.
Hagrid says, "Hello, here I am, Ball."
Hello, Dieter.
Hagrid also says to Paul, "Thank you for sharing that. 6:30 here. We'll be on the road, but plan to take a break to come in and pay my respects." Paul says, "Thanks, Hagrid." Jim says, "Dieter's daughter sounds like Father Further, or is it Further Father?" Sonic says, "If there's a worst of the amateurs category, I'm going to win that hands down."
You never know, because one thing I've said to Nia, Malcolm, and James is they can use whatever criteria they want. So just do the best that you can. I'll be as creative as you can. And see how it goes. Don't worry about the level of skill or whatever. It's all about having fun.
Yeah, and donations to Models for Heroes. No donations to Model Heroes. I was just joking. Although Malcolm wouldn't turn money away.
No.
No.
Right.
Right.
A slight issue with my.
Your what?
Sonic says, "Freaking the Jeep not allowed." I've got a Halloween Ghost T-shirt that says that.
This bit here, the when it's in, I don't know whether you can see this. You see that gap there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to really push it forward to get that to sit straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is not going to glue like that. So I'm going to have to do some work on the back of that seat, I think, because I think that's what's doing it. I think this bit here.
Yeah, I have to trim it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What I did, Gary, is I left the top part of the roof off so that I can still paint inside.
Yeah, I'm not putting it on now. I was just dry fitting it, and I was thinking, there's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine fits fine.
It's because you're a perfect modeler.
I'm not a perfect modeler.
Oh, you're better than us, mate. Julian says, PMSL at John as the penny dropped with a very loud clang.
Damn it, hussy.
We were saying, John,
I did not raise you this way.
Is Leah at home or is Leah in Townsville or Sydney?
It's okay. So Leah is home.
Oh, right.
It's Erin that's in Townsville and Jenna that's in Sydney. But yeah, so Jenna's here at the moment for the weekend.
So you just went off to have words with her, did you?
Well, no, I took her laptop back to her. I said, she's literally putting the stickers on her laptop. So I said, "Can I borrow it for a sec to show the guys because it's funny?" Yeah, sure.
Dita says, tuss.
Say again?
Dita said, tuss, Uncle Jim. TBG says, "Hi, everyone." Hi, TBG.
Hello.
Maybe fixed it.
Paul says, John is calling his daughter at the moment.
She's, she's lovely.
Dita says, "Spiritual presence casts no shadows, does it?" No. Julian says, "Sonic, it'll be a race to the bottom." This is the thing, it's not, even though it's a competition, it's not about competing against each other. It's about having fun.
Yeah.
And just seeing what you can come up with. That's the main point of it.
Yeah. Like, none of us here, like, for instance, if we're doing these builds, none of us are trying to just outdo anybody else or whatever. We're literally just doing it because we enjoy it.
I am.
Yeah.
Bastard.
And I'm no good at it. No. As I said,
Well, we didn't want to say anything.
It's all about the mental health benefits for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, spending time with your mates.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is
fixed it.
What I'm going to do is when you submit your pictures of your entries, submit 2 pictures of the model. You fool!
Oh,
right.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
What I'll do is I'll write down who each of the pictures belongs to, and I'll assign that person a number, and then I'll put the number on the pictures. So Malcolm James, all they know is the picture came from a certain number. They don't know who that number belongs to. There we go. Julian says, "Hi, TBG." TBG says, "Hi, Paul and Julian." Sonic says, "Oh no, you're trying to compete with me, Julian." Rolling sleeves up. Julian says, "No competition, Sonic. Just letting my natural incompetence shine through."
So say we all.
TVG. He's doing very well with the tank that he's doing now. TVG says, John has got to fit it perfectly. Must have a part glued on backwards.
Clearly. Again.
Sonic says, I will take that as a yes then, Julian.
What happened to the Messerschmitt, Julian? Or don't we talk about the Messerschmitt?
No, we don't talk about that.
Right, okay.
Julian says, emoji laugh, Sonic. TBG, who has been a member for 3 months, says emoji smile, emoji smile, emoji smile, emoji smile. Sonic says more of a competition to see who can be the worst whilst trying to do our best type thing. Yeah. That's how you want to put it. Deed says, in my case, see if I can fool Nia in a way to look at a model for what it is. Nice or not so nice. And have fun at doing the same, something fun indeed. And this is the thing, right? Dieter is, I've said Dieter can take part, but he's not allowed to let Nia know which is his model. So he's actually making a hanger to hide his model in. And he's told his local modeling shop that him and Nia go to that they're not allowed to mention what kit he bought in front of Nia. Which apparently the shopkeeper found very amusing. Julie says, decides not to mention that in the days of sail, the Navy called sails sheets, or that sailors was also called seamen.
Mm-hmm.
Dee says, I agree with Uncle Dragon. Same with my big 8-wheeled fire engine that is going to compete at least 5 times this year. Win or no win, just be out there and look intriguing. Yeah. It's all about having fun. Sonic says, or in my case, trying to figure out what it's meant to be. Jimmy says, oops, mentioned it by accident. Jim, don't mention the kit. George says, hey all. Hi, George.
Hi, George.
Dieter, the shopkeeper did his best to make it a spectacle in any case to hide the model. Bless him. And Junior says, laughing my ass off, Jim. There we go.
Right. I should just, so the bottom of this, instead of painting all these little details black, I should just really just spray the entire underside black, because I'd imagine it would have arrived at the army unit all black, and they then would have added the desert yellow color just to the top. So, yeah, maybe I should just do that.
Well, who knows? Who knows?
What was not there?
Who knows the secret of the black magic box?
Mm.
It's a strange experience this morning, John.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, I found myself singing Waltzing Matilda.
Oh, really? Well,
Why?
so how do you know the lyrics? Or are you just doing the chorus?
I only know bits of it. I don't know. Billabongs and... There's Benji.
Oh dear.
Jim can rest
Julian
easy now.
says, by the way, Gary, I refer to it as a messy shit 109.
A messy shit. A messy shit 109.
Julian says, hi, George. Dieter, base will be a section of carrier deck, so I can use it for my Tomcat as well. There we go.
Ah, cool. Good idea.
Yeah. Julian says, Ian says, laughing face Julian. George, absolute tune. Who's a tune? Dieter, oh, are we playing bingo today too? I need to create those stickers. Sonic said, called it. He says, Benji, laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Martin says, how do I was engrossed in my Panther crew build. I intended to do some domestic chores, but modelling can be a time steal. Meanwhile, 2 hours later. Hi, I'm Martin. Dieter says, Chairforce trying to sing. Benji, John does a Marley. Hagrid says. And Jim says, I hear Benji.
Alrighty. Now, I believe the voltaic accumulator would be black, so I'll paint it black.
Julian says, afternoon, Martin. Dieter says, Waitrose knows what the bingo is about.
I do. Used to play it in one of the jobs I was at. These management meetings, and we used to come out with all sorts of tosh. Used to play bingo.
Okay. This is no. Yeah. We'll paint that bit black after all.
Dieter says, I see a standard accumulator and want to paint it black. Right, Uncle Ozzy?
Oh, you're not wrong. you picked up what I was putting out there. Because I started doing the drum riff already, you know.
Don't start.
Dieter, hi, Uncle Mountford. George, hi, Julian. Julian, that could be the tagline for a movie about the stream. I hear Benji. Seeing as, shut the F up, John. Wouldn't get past the censors. Nia took it from a box of the HMS Montford Destroyer. There we go. That makes sense.
I need to have a look at something.
Oh,
Was that a good or a bad
It is a good
it's an ooh
Ooh
It was a good one.
Indeed.
God, now I've got a Rolling Stone song in my head.
I have to say, when you do the first
keep
coat
it there,
with
please.
these pens, when you do the first coat with these pens, it looks absolutely awful.
Mm-hmm.
But by the second and third coat, it looks amazing.
So what colour are you using there? Is it
Buff.
Biff?
Le Boeuf.
Le Biff.
Cocktail sticks or fun cocktail. Right. There's some water on there.
Jim says sanded accumulator reminds of a very old Hawkwind song titled Orgon Accumulator. Huh. I can't say I know it.
You don't know it?
I shall look it up later to be sure.
When you do, tell me what it's about. What's the point of putting magnifiers on my head if I don't actually use them?
It's just because you like looking like a fool.
Professional at that, mate.
You like looking like the crazy old grandpa that's forgotten his glasses are on top of his head.
I am the crazy old grandpa. There's no.
Ian says, I have that, Jim. So go on, Gary.
There's no trying to be about it. I am the crazy old grandpa.
They got this paint. Good. There you go. Dieter, Gary, I have done 8 molds so far, solely in the real colour pens. Not that they're meant for it, but it proves that indeed they do the trick. The more layers you put on there, the better it goes.
Exactly. They're definitely not a one shot and done.
Unlike Mikey.
Oh, steady on, old timer. If I remember correctly, you're the one that's had the snip.
Yeah. I am no longer a stallion. I am a gelding.
Me too.
So you are, in fact, no shots.
A Sherman tank on exercise.
Yes.
He only fires blanks.
There's much use as a tank with a paintball gun. Julian says, John, please can that Rolling Stones song stay in your head? Ta very much, the hearing community.
Right, first coat on.
I'm quite liking how this is starting to look.
Yeah. Martin says Montford is the derivation of my name. Originally from Simon de Montfort, one of the nobles who came over with Bill the Conqueror bloke. Yes, and there's a Simon de Montfort bridge just outside Evesham, I believe. And Dieter says, my icebreaker, 2 submarines and the Shannon lifeboat. Don't talk about the Shannon lifeboat. The T-34 tank, the big fire truck, German lifeboat, part of my Spitfire in the 48 and 48.
Yeah.
Ian says, Hurry on Sundown is my favourite of theirs, brackets Hawkwind.
I don't know any Hawkwind songs.
Tiff says she's finished her bat. Yay!
Yay!
Well done.
You made a bat today that hangs upside down.
She has.
Well done, Tippers.
Yeah.
Hagrid
Well
says,
done,
yes,
Jamie.
I know, Martin, and Nia did make the connection perfectly, even if she does not know yet how. Jim says to Ian, very good, Ian. I was wondering if anyone would know of the song and the band. Hagrid says, no snipping allowed here. Hagrid also says, although I would not call myself a stallion, a bull maybe. Drat, never mind. Julian says, cool, Martin. Sonic says, you can say that again, Gary. I have no idea what I said. Ian Ellison says, Hurry on Sundown is from their first album. Or was it the other Gary?
I think that's looking all right now.
Sonic says, show us your back, Tiff.
Oh, that is looking good. Can we zoom in on you, Mikey? Shows. So I've not assembled mine yet properly. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, yes, that is. Yeah. Like what you're doing with that.
Yeah. Sounds to look all right. Went over it with my little Dremel sandery thing.
Yeah.
So
Julian
made all
says,
these
Hagrid.
metal
Sorry,
up.
go on.
No, that's right.
Julian says, Hagrid, I was born under the star sign Taurus the bullshit. That probably explains a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, Julian.
Tiff says, you've seen it, Sonic. Sonic says, behave, Julian. It says, if make sure the bat does not get Ozzy Osbourne's attention. I don't think much gets Ozzy Osbourne's attention anymore. He's not in a good place.
Well, he's doing a gig, but he's having to sit down to do it.
Is he?
Oh.
Yeah.
Tiff says, I'll put it in the Discord. There you go.
But unlike Phil Collins, who just sat on a chair, they've actually made him like a throne, a massive printed darkness throne to sit on.
Weird.
Hagrid says, Sagittarius myself, so half a stallion perhaps. Well, I'm not saying anything, boys, but I'm Aries, the ram.
So am I.
Martin says, I thought everyone had heard of Silver Machine by Hawkwind, with the lead vocals by the legendary Lemmy from Motorhead, born in Burslem, where I was born.
I might know it. I just don't know by name, maybe.
Burslem. The Potteries.
Silver Machine's really famous.
Yeah, that'd be one of those songs where you know the tune and the song, but you don't actually know what it's called.
Yeah, most likely.
Julian says, Sonic, I always behave, polishes Halo. What I behave at is another matter entirely.
To be sure.
As his halo slips around his neck and strangles him. Julian says, I was born under a wandering star. Oh, what a song.
Huh.
What a song.
Gary was born under a wandering milkman.
Hagrid said, my name is Germanic and means people's force or arms of the people. My surname comes from Norwegian turned Gaelic turned Germanic and it means lawgiver. Well, there you go.
There you go.
So you're arms of the people lawgiver. Tiff says,
My name.
Myself. I don't understand all that stuff. Nia is Pisces. Ah, the fish. Sonic says
I'm an
Aquarius.
Aquarian myself.
Well, as a fellow of the Royal Astronomical Society, I must say I don't believe in any of that nonsense.
Neither do I.
Cool.
Yes.
Neither do I.
No, because it's. Yeah, I think. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it was.
Telford?
No, it's like it's a short thing on YouTube or whatever. Somebody said, like, what star sign are you? And he said, oh, Tesla or something else, right? Oh, and the reply was, but that's not real. Yes, I know. Neither of them are, or none of them are, or something or other.
Yeah.
The sun is in Uranus.
I thought it was warm.
Please
So you've got a warm anus that's been going on.
I was born under the Union Jack is the best version, in my opinion, says Sonic.
Yeah.
Finish,
So-
teacher.
Were you saying something, Gary? Like teach John something or other?
Finish, teacher. Thank you. Can I do my homework now, please?
So you're all finished.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Well done, buddy.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
Yeah. Nice work.
Thank you. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for diorama now, or maquette, or whatever you call it.
Vignette.
Vinaigrette. Yeah.
Yeah, vinaigrette.
So French dressing. See what I did there, John?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Nothing yet, you see, yeah. I'm going to retire now. I'm here all week.
Don't forget to tip the waitress.
Yeah, come back for the live stream on the 15th. Thank you so much.
Yes.
There we go.
Please take your empty glasses back to the bar.
Well, I've got to do some weathering and mud and stuff like that on it next. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But I'll let it settle down now.
I was
Settle
most
down.
impressed by your new video you put up recently, Gary, with the Ukrainian
Oh, right, yeah.
units and stuff.
That's really cool. That's hang on, I'll show you. Oh. Yeah, so it's like a box of all of the unit badges of the Ukrainian Defence Forces or Armed Forces of Ukraine. And they're all in either high-vis or low-vis as well, all 1/35th scale. And that's amazing. But you also get in the pack now if you patch, real one.
Oh, wow.
So
cool.
I've got a sort of olive green coloured Gary Stuff t-shirt, so I may well sew this onto its arm.
Ooh. That's cool that they do that.
Yeah, it is.
It's probably cool. But so there is in the package that you go through all the different units. So if you particularly want to do the 71st Separate Air Mobile Brigade, for example, they have the field option and the dress option for it. Which is pretty groovy. They also have the rank boards as well. Ukrainian flags of various types and like group tags as well. It's pretty groovy.
Wow.
That was very cool.
Yeah. And you also get a sheet of the digital camouflage for vehicles.
Nice.
So actually, it could have pimped up my French ambulance and made it put some digital camo on
Digital
it.
cam on it, yeah.
That would have been fun. Put some of that, and then
Why not? They've used stuff from the Second World War over there, so why not?
yeah. If it works, yes, that's
exactly.
the sheet itself there. You get
Ian,
4 of each.
Ian says, did he have the fastest milk cart in the West? Julian says, me either. 7 billion humans and only 12 different types of us? What a load of crap, in my honest opinion. Beautiful job, Commander Evans, says Julian. Sonic says, I'm going to need an ambulance after that joke. Jim says, at me, you can build a diorama around your Aussie model rule? Yeah. No, you're right. I could. I could go outside. I live near a beach. I could take it down to the beach and take a photo of it in the sand, and job done. That's my diorama. Dita says, Mikey, you can share your birthday with my younger brother, 1983, and famous people like Agneta of ABBA, race pilot Tom Coronel, Colin Powell, Pharrell Williams, and Hayley Atwell. Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
Hayley Atwell. Oh, hello.
My birthday is also when Kurt Cobain went kaboom.
Oh, right.
On my third birthday, yeah.
Jim says Model T with a salty in the back of the vehicle. I could. Sonic, edit, replace joke with comment. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I'm going to need an ambulance after that comment there. There we go. And Dieter says, in memoriam April 5th, Charles the 11th of Sweden, Howard Hughes, Chiang Kai-shek, and Kurt Cobain.
Yep.
There you go. Chiang Kai-shek.
Okay.
That low down, no good, dirty wreck. Oh, that's some lyrics from a Roger Waters song.
I wonder what you're babbling on about.
He turned, Chiang Kai-shek turned Formosa into a shoe factory called Taiwan.
Well, there's a thing. Mona says, be right back, bathroom break. Okay.
Okay, so time to
will
put the
deduct
cabs
your
together, methinks. Let's do that.
Marion is on the phone to daughter. That's not a good sign.
Sounds like she's on the warpath to daughter.
No, she's not. No, there's only ever one person Marion's on the warpath with. And she's speaking now.
And you call her darling.
I call her yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Imagine that. Doom.
Oh, I know what I've got to do. Oh, I know what I've got to do. Oh, I haven't. Oh, I nearly sung again.
Oh.
Got the first note in.
I was still able to pick it.
You still know what it was. Would anybody be surprised?
You call that a note?
Right? Who elected you, Simon Cowell?
So the Prime Minister was in my local area today. He fell off the stage.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he fall or was he pushed?
Oh, he fell. Oh, he fell.
Was he helped?
I should play the footage because most of the viewers here wouldn't even know who the Australian Prime Minister is. It's probably worth seeing. It goes for about 3 seconds.
Can't be as funny as I was saying. Release the sausages.
Release the sausages.
Hagrid says,
Yeah.
"Blimey, Uncle Dragon, I keep forgetting how young you still are. My brother was 11 when Kirk cleared his head."
So
Yeah.
that's
I'm
in
only
there.
37 tomorrow.
Anthony Albanese. So yeah,
Careful, Don. You
What?
can get copyright strikes for showing other people's videos on it.
Okay. Well,
Sonic says, "Damn, Jimbo, that's going to get right up someone's noses, that one."
Yeah.
Jim says, "Chiang Kai-shek was also called Cash My Check by other Allied officials during World War II. They did throw a lot of stuff at him to help
that
him."
makes sense. I will show this. Okay, pay attention. That's him.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, there he
Whoops.
goes.
On the ground. I'm
there we go.
alright. Shot in the ear, but I'm okay.
There's a beautiful chart. Saved my life, that chart. I hadn't been looking at that beautiful chart. It was destiny. It was fate. It was a bullet.
Was it though? I am not into conspiracy theories. However,
Oh, here we go.
I don't understand why he has no wound.
Well, he did.
Did he though?
You call that a wound? Because I've had worse cuts than that shaving.
Literally, where's the wound?
Yeah. It miraculously healed the day he won the election.
I don't know.
Not that we're starting any conspiracy theories.
No, I just don't understand what happened that day. Well, I know that 2 innocent people died, or was it 1?
I don't know, mate. I don't pay enough attention to stuff like that anymore. You've made me hate politics.
Yay! My work here is done. I'll see myself out. No, I hated politics to start.
I've always hated it.
You've actually made me bored of politics.
Every time they promise this, promise that, and deliver nothing. But I'm calling squirrel because I can feel my blood boiling.
Yeah.
Ian Allison says, "Yes, dear," is what Richard said a lot in Keeping Up Appearances. Oh, yeah.
He passed away the other day, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's about 97 now.
Yeah.
Sonic says,
Great
a bit
show.
like that ABBA song, Chicken Tikka. Here we go. Indeed, Sonic, the Cobain remark may land me in the YT doghouse. Nah, you'll be all right.
Nah, it's fine.
Sonic's laughing faces. Ian Ellison's laughing faces. Jim, worth it.
We've got 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Hagrid says, "Pay attention, 069, as 007 sure doesn't."
Very good. Very good, very rare.
Joe says the Australian PM looked like me at last week's catfish boil and 12 crawfish boil and 12 beers. Good effort.
Yeah. He's
Julian says distracted, see screen. Oh, that wound will keep my powder dry. BS. Sonic says he survived all 3 attempts. That's the main thing. Lol, Sonic, says Julian.
Do you know what? I would love to watch you and Sonic go at it.
Hagrid says
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That actor is already 7 years dead. Yeah, he died 7 years ago, apparently.
Oh.
He finally escaped Hyacinth.
Yeah.
Why that's number 57, Richard? I want them to see my new hat.
Minding the
balls. Jim mentioned the special white powder by name. I didn't put it on screen just in case. Right.
Fair enough.
Mind the cows. The cows in the field. Yes, but you never know what they might jump the fence.
Sonic says he kicked the bouquet eater.
Where are? Oh God!
Oh, must have caught up. Gone big screen again. Well, that's not bad for pens, is it?
But all of it, pen.
All that's pen.
Wow. That's all right, eh?
Well done, buddy.
Quite chuffed with that. I've got some. I'm going to do that a different colour. That canvas there. And I've got some touching up to do around the edges, but I'm quite pleased with that. Now I'm going to throw a shit ton of weathering at it. Well, you've got the wheels to do next. Ian's in. Happy Friday, all. I have to get used to these new times.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You and John.
Yeah. Oh, you know, in 6 months' time, we'll be sort of like, springing forward, and I'd still be baffled for weeks.
Like it says, Mikey, get out of my head. Out there, and you took it.
And welcome back, Ian.
Jim says, understood, yeah. Tiffany. I've been in the YT penalty box before. I'm likely to be there again sometime in the future. Yes.
Most likely.
Most of us have been in there, I'm sure.
With Tiffers, I'm always in the troubles.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny as hell you and Sonic debating politics with nobody interfering. Maybe you should start a politics channel, Sonic.
No!
Where you debate people.
Don't put ideas in his head. Sonic says, I've been in the Facebook sim bin so many times, it's my second home. Don't say that, otherwise you'll end up paying tax on it or something.
Yeah, I don't have any trouble believing that. It's funny.
Jim says, Alticop, 2 minutes for talking real history.
Yeah.
I sentence you to be taken from this place and held in YouTube prison for 10 minutes for the heinous crime.
Heinous,
I should have said. It came out
you can say whatever you like.
We're speaking truth about it. Yeah, we don't have free speech in this country.
No. It's your turn to get political.
Nope. Moving on. Squirrel. And on that subject of free speech, squirrel.
Save the squirrels.
Stop speaking.
So I knocked off the steering box. I'm going to have to spend like the rest of the session trying to get the thing back on again.
Oh, you've got 14 minutes.
Yeah, see how that goes.
Maybe Sonic says maybe I should start charging Zuckerberg rent.
Yeah.
Yes. Another one on my list.
Yeah, I'm liking the look of this. This is looking good.
Yes. I'm going to have to get something for the base of the diorama. Sorry, the vignette.
And a white wine sauce.
Good. No, because I varnished that. You stupid boy Pike.
So I was planning to keep drilling holes for the cricket ball. I have not done a single hole since we were live on Tuesday. That's the thing. So let me announce for the first time, Gary, I'm not going to be here. Probably most of next week. Right.
Okay.
So what's happening is, Jenna needs to buy a replacement car. Unfortunately, she can't just go and buy a car in Sydney. She wants me to look at it and approve it. I don't know why she'd need my approval because,
little girls always after their daddy's approval.
Well, yeah, I know. But so
and then they end up in strip clubs.
So I need to drive down to Sydney. The plan is what she would like me to do, and I've agreed to is drive down there on Friday night, evening, stay the night, then go to the car yard with her in the morning on Tuesday. So whether she buys it or not, So I'll miss the Monday stream. I'll be around for. I should be back for a Tuesday stream. And Wednesday with Models for Heroes, but then Thursday, Bron and I are heading down to Melbourne. Thursday evening, and we'll be there until Monday. So I'll be missing out pretty much on our Monday session. The Models for Heroes streams on the Monday and Wednesday, and the Thursday, Friday session with you guys.
It's all right. We won't miss. I'm sure we won't miss you too much.
I will.
So it's not kissing ass.
Get your tongue out of my ass, AC.
No. Dunkelgelb. That's a nice word. Dunkelgelb. Elfenbein ivory.
Saw another meme I thought was funny the other day, or a little thing where it was like, I think the wife was saying, "You're spending too much time and focusing on scale models. It's even starting to affect the children." And
I see that one.
Yeah, and the guy says, "Well, don't bring Tamir and Hasegawa into this."
Yeah, I do. I saw that one. I thought that was quite clever. Hagrid says, "When in the forest, don't use paper. Use a squirrel."
Yeah.
Julian says, all
That's good.
speech is free, provided you agree with the person saying it. Yes, I know, squirrel. Next. Sonic says, love or hate someone for whatever reason, you have to show respect when they do the right thing. Credit where it's due. Oh, look, a squirrel.
Yeah.
Hagrid says, yep, Nia is like that too. Only when Daddy says yes, am I happy.
Well, it's fine, but what she's looking at is a new, a secondhand Polo, and it's in a car yard. So it's registered. It's all that stuff like that. There's no finance owing. So all I can look at it is look around it and just say, seems fine to me, because all the photos look all right. It's just it'll drive like a Polo. Well, yeah, I know. I'll do whatever I can to support is what it comes down to. But
all the mechanics and stuff, isn't it, that they want you to check?
Well, what am I going to do? Like, look at the color of the oil. I mean, yeah, she can do that. But
look under the cells and things for rust.
Yeah, there's all that, but it won't have rust because German car.
Get rust out there, do you?
I hope so, because my Model T is rusty.
Yeah, I need to send you those photos too. I'll do that in a minute. But no, as I said, whatever.
Hagrid says, I saw that very text on a shirt in Disneyland back in 2000. They suggested using an owl instead of a squirrel.
Okay, steering wheel. These would be pretty awful things to drive, I would imagine.
Yeah, apparently they're quite difficult.
Wasn't one of the pedals a reverse or forward selector on the Model T?
I think so. There is a video of a guy driving one around a town in the US, and it's an interesting video, but that's all I've got. I'll never drive one.
I think
I have to go on other people's opinions.
Steering wheel, from memory, and there's
you're right.
sparkle plants or something.
Yeah, it's
weird.
Yeah, not like the British World War I vehicles, which all had the pedals in the same order and things. By order of the government. And the majority of them were civilian vehicles.
There you go.
By order of His Majesty's government.
Well, the government got fed up with the fact that in London, in the early 20th century, they were producing thousands of tons of horse crap a day just in London. So what they said to the companies was, we've got, have you heard about these really nice new trucks and things like that? They've got them motorized, a lot more efficient, and you don't have to pay for the care of the horse. And they said, well, it's a bit expensive. So the government said, all right, what we'll do is we'll subsidize the purchase for you. And on the condition that in the event of war, you hand over the vehicle and the driver. And the driver be a member of the territorial reserves. So they said, yeah, all right. And then when war broke out, all the drivers, all the companies got sent a phone call or a telegram telling them to mobilize their men and their trucks and report to London. And that's what they did. Within 24 hours, they were all driving down to London in their uniforms. And one of the things that the government... Yeah, and one of the things the government said to the companies is, we're subsidising all these vehicles and these are the conditions. Like, they have to let us use them in the event of war. So what we want you to do is standardise the order of the pedals so that when a soldier who's been up, maybe 24 hours or more, or is driving for hours on end, gets into a different vehicle. They don't have to try and remember which pedals are which.
So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Since early days when there was no standard for a lot of this stuff, and I again seen some videos where they talk about why Model Ts had the driver's wheel on a particular side and all that stuff like that. It's quite interesting when you are a pioneer of an industry and you get to choose what becomes a standard without even knowing it.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sonic says, if everyone was the same, the world would be a boring place. That's why my finished models look crap.
All practice, mate.
Matthew says, John, your daughter will have something to guilt trip blame if the car breaks down. Emoji laugh.
Yeah.
That's true.
Jim says, I think I worked with Rusty Ford.
Gee, lately, I think Jim's mentioned how many people he went to school with and all that sort of stuff. He's known some interesting people that, they're household names. So well done, Jim.
It's a hell of a yearbook that would be from school.
And Hagrid says, in my case, Dusty Golf, Jim. Julian says, use a squirrel, not paper, Hagrid. Original codes and ciphers were hidden by shaving a slave's head, tattooing the message on his scalp and letting his hair grow back, then sending the slave to the recipient. Bloody hell.
That must have been a slow message.
I was going to say, what if it was an urgent message?
Yeah, attack at dawn. Okay.
Sonic says, Julian, imagine one of those hair messages reading, cheers for the new haircut, you nosy sod. Oh dear. Oh, with 2 minutes to go.
We have. Just to.
Which means
it's gone quick.
Oh, sure is. Like every sesh we do, it goes very, very quick.
Yeah. 2 hours with friends is a lot quicker than 2 hours on your own.
Nice. So it's looking more like a Model T now. Need to decide whether I'm going to have the. Yeah, I'll probably have the hood closed.
Yeah, I've had to close my hood because I've sawn half the engine off.
That'll do it.
To make it fit. I got to clean my 3D printer in preparation for doing the vignette. I need to 3D print something.
You need to 3D print a lot of things at the minute.
I do, actually. I haven't used my 3D printer for weeks. I've still got to finish off your little Willy. So there we are. 2 hours. Boom.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Right.
Of
so
fun. Go for it.
So, Waitrose, what have you achieved today?
Well, I've finished my ambulance. Apart from weathering and battering mud and all that. And I've started building some ambulance workers and a casualty who are going to be sitting at the back of the broken down ambulance. And I'll have another figure looking at the engine. Maybe some cotton wool steam or something. With
the casualty saying to the person next to him, some rescue this is.
Yeah. Come all the way here. But anyway, so that's what I've done.
Cool. Looks good,
Nice.
mate.
Thanks, man.
Oh, it's seen how that.
Yeah, you and me both.
Problem is, you've got British soldiers driving a French ambulance.
They're Americans. These are American uniforms, but I'm working on adapting them slightly to be French.
Oh, okay.
Not that it matter because they share services anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very good.
Could be an American medic or stretcher bearer. American thing be picked up by a French ambulance. So it does make sense.
That's then broken down.
Morris, what
Yes.
have you achieved?
Well, I have done a little bit of work. The cab is installed now, and the engine covers. As I say, I had to do a little bit of work on the engine to make them fit. I've also now, having done, I had to do a little bit of work on the seat to make this fit, but this will only dry fit at the moment, but that will go on. And as you can see, I've used AK pens to paint this body. And apart from one little bit that I can't get to, it is painted underneath as well, Mr. Childs. So what I'm hoping to do...
You're going to be doing detailing and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've got to throw a load of weathering at it and things like that. And then I'm going to put it on a vignette.
Nice.
I've still got the wheels to do, which I might do between now and next Thursday. If we're doing it next Thursday, Friday, if John's not going to be here.
Yeah, we'll carry on without John.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Show must go on. Me,
Queen song then. That's looking really good.
Nice.
Distressed.
Yeah. So I've got to paint the wood in the back and the seat and things like that, and paint the engine and some details on the outside and things before I can put it on a base or anything. Yeah. There you go.
Cool.
So what about you, Marley?
So started by painting the or cover canvas thing. So literally, I painted it all last week, and this week, painted the black. I might do the rest of it. We'll see how that goes. But it's I've got the tray on. I've got the cover on. I need to I didn't drop in the rear window, so I'll do that. But that'll be reachable. And that's it. I've just got these two sitting in place, but they'll go on probably next week or something or other. Once I finish off painting little bits and pieces and stuff like that. But it's all coming together. And as you said, like once I throw the wheels on, then it really does look like a Model T. So so
nice.
It's nice.
Well done, John. Cool.
Yeah.
That's another week in the bag.
It is. It's gone quick, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's this week.
Oh, didn't realise that light, wasn't it?
New car next week.
Yeah, you get a banana car, don't you?
Banana car arrives this next week on Monday.
Wonderful.
Yes. There we have it.
Yeah. So we've got some more comments. June says the idea of the message by the way was for the recipients to know to shave the slave's head and read the message. Mind you, PTO would have been a sod or read other slave.
Continues on next slave.
Sonic says, or too late, he's dead. June says those models are looking great, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Julian says, laugh out loud, Sonic. Joe says, yes, models look great. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Dieter, nice work, gents.
Pleasure. Good fun.
And Sonic says, there's a tattoo idea to freak out your barber. A realistic looking injury, like a really deep cut surrounded by grazed effect, and just let your hair grow back in. Okay. Getting a bit silly now.
Yeah.
We're getting into the realms of fantasy again, Jones.
I need to change my camera.
But yeah, thank you for tuning in, being part of the chat, and everybody in the chat.
He's got a little whip.
Jaguar.
Ah.
He started already.
Started the Jag.
And thank you once again to Tip and Sonic for my lovely present for tomorrow.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I shall enjoy that.
And happy birthday, Mikey.
Yeah, happy birthday for tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
You doing anything special?
Probably beyond the Discord with Friends of Moles Heroes, maybe. I don't know.
I'll be in and out on there tomorrow because I've got workmen, but they're only here for the morning. So
you've got workmen, have you?
Yeah, they're doing my new garden fence.
Yeah.
We need to stop Benji from throwing himself through it.
Wooden fence?
Wooden fence, yeah.
Right.
With concrete supports.
Ah.
Right then.
Cool. Right.
Have a lovely weekend, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back on Monday at 12 o'clock.
See you next week.
See you next week, guys. Bye.